Welcome back, grade 8. We are moving on to 1.2.6. Again, we have a triangle ABC, and at point C, there's an extension to point D, and that of course forms the exterior angle over here of 112 degrees. So ons buitehoek is 112 grade, en dit is natuurlijk gelijk aan die som van die twee teenoorstaande binnehoeke. So dit is die ander eienskap van driehoeke, die buitehoek van 'n driehoek is gelyk aan die som van die twee teenoorstaande binnehoeke. En weer eens, die twee teenoorstaande binnehoeke is nie hierdie een, want hy is aangrensend aan die buitehoek. As die buitehoek 112 grade is, wat hierdie een is, dan die hoek reg langs aan hom beteken aangrensend, so C1 is die aangrensende hoek, so hy is nie 'n teenoorstaande hoekie, so die twee teenoorstaande hoeke natuurlik dan is, if I can just go back, die twee teenoorstaande hoeke is dan hierdie een, hoek A en hoek B. So die som van daardie twee hoeke is gelyk aan die buitehoek van die driehoek. Again, with this problem, we are able to approach it in two different ways, so I will do both of them. So the first thing that we need to identify here, of course, is, well, the fact that this is an isosceles triangle, because we have those two symbols over there, which shows or indicates that AB is equal to AC, and that means that angle C1, of course, another mistake that we often make is the naming of angles. So because angle C over here is been split into two pieces basically, so we've got angle ACD, and if I can just indicate that by, well, angle ACD is 112 degrees, so angle ACD is equal to 112 degrees, that is given, that's there already. So that is ACD, and then the other part of angle C is angle ACB, en dit natuurlijk is gelyk aan 180 grade minus 112, want as jy hulle by mekaar tel, moet hulle vir 180 gee. Maar vir nou, voor ons dit doen, wil ek net wys dat hoek ACB is dieselfde soos hoek C1. Nou, ons noem dit hoek C1 hierso, want dit was veel gegee as hoek C1. In other words, you don't have to then use ACB, you can use C1 because they gave you the label. A lot of the times you make your own labels, and if you do that, you need to then tell me, or tell the examiner that you have named the following angle B1 or C1, if it's not been given to you as that. Alright, so let's look at the first way to do this. So if we use the exterior angle property of a triangle, we first need to get some information inside the triangle, because there's not a lot there. We've got C1, which is equal to 68 degrees if you calculate it. So let's start there. I'm just going to clear the inside over here. So let's calculate the value of C1, because at the moment there's nothing else inside the triangle except for 2x. And some of us might get stuck not knowing what to do, because they gave us 112 degrees and then they gave you some 2x value there on the top there. But from there on, where do you go? Okay, so I'm going to start by calculating the value of C1. You see, the reason why we're going to calculate the value of C1 is because that places or gives us more information to work with inside the triangle. So not just in having 112 degrees as the known angle, but we can calculate the angle adjacent to it. So we can say angle C1 is equal to 180 degrees minus the 112 degrees. Why can we say this? Because angle C1 and 112 degrees are on a straight line. They are adjacent angles on a straight line, and that is our reason. So we can say adjacent angles on straight line. Dit is natuurlijk hoeke op reguit lyn. And that, of course, simplified, we have C1 equal to 68 degrees. So now we've got information inside the triangle. We've got more information, so I'll just indicate that there. So C1 is 68 degrees. Now, because this is an isosceles triangle, we must not forget about the fact that this is isosceles, so the two sides, they are equal. we know that in an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. So we know that angle B then must also be equal to 68 degrees. So we could have made a side note over here earlier that says that angle B is equal to angle C1. I'm just writing it there as a side note, but we are actually going to calculate the value now, or indicate the value. We can say, therefore, angle B is also equal to 68 degrees. And the reason for that is, it's an isosceles triangle, which means we'll use the reason angles opposite equal sides. En sê hoeke teenoor gelyke sye. As dit nie gemaklik is om hierdie rede so te skryf, jy kan hier dit voluit skryf. Dit is ook okay. Okay, so what do we do now that we have B is equal to 68? Well, we can go back and then just write 68 there as well. So we've got 68 degrees. Now that we have 68 degrees, we actually have two options. Because we have every angle inside this triangle labeled with some either a value or an algebraic expression, we can then sum them together or add them together and put them equal to 180 degrees. And we can, of course, then use the property of the interior angles of a triangle, or we can even use the property of the exterior angle of a triangle. So we will do both. So first up, we will use the property of the interior angles of a triangle. So we can say that 2x, and just go back to using black, we can say 2x, which is angle A, plus 68 degrees, which is angle B, plus 68 degrees, which is angle C1. All of those sum up to 180 degrees. And the reason is interior angles of triangle. Dit is binnehoeke van driehoek. So 68 plus 68, of course, is 136. So that's 2x plus 136 degrees, and that is equal to 180 degrees. So 2x, of course, is equal to 180 degrees minus 136 degrees. And that, of course, gives us 44 degrees. So 2x is equal to 44 degrees. And dividing both sides by 2, we get x equal to 22 degrees. So I will make another OR here, and going back up to the diagram. So instead of using the interior angles of a triangle approach, we can also say that, well, we know that, we use orange, we know that the exterior angle, this one over here, is equal to the sum of the opposite two interior angles. In other words, 112 degrees is equal to 2x plus 68 degrees. So if I use that approach, I can say that 112 degrees, the exterior angle, is equal to the sum of the 168 degrees, angle B, plus angle 2x. So dit is die buitehoek van 'n driehoek eienskap. So our reason here will be exterior angle of triangle. Ons sal sê buitehoek van driehoek. So all that's left to do is to solve the equation for x. So I'm going to subtract 68 from both sides, and I will have 44 degrees on that side, and I'll have just 2x left on this side. So ek het 68 afgetrek van beide kante, en toe kry ek 2x is gelyk aan 44. Natuurlik as jy meer gemaklik is om die 2x aan die linkerkant te hê, dan kan jy hierdie hele ding net omdraai en dit so skryf as jy wil, en dan kan jy nog beide kante nog steeds deel met 2, en jy kry dan 22 grade vir x. So again here, x is equal to 22 degrees over there, and it should be the same thing over here as well.